So there are several reports that Nigel Benn is set to make a comeback to boxing at the age of 55 and may look set to take on Sakio Bika. Okay? Nigel Benn's last fight was, 1996? I forget exactly when in 96, but he fought Steve Collins. And he was beaten in, like 5 or 6 rounds against Collins. That was in a rematch. He was beaten before against Collins as well. And this guy is considering, or maybe not even considering, maybe he is having another fight. And I'm stumped. I'm genuinely stumped. Why in God's name Nigel Benn is even considering having a fight, much less against someone like Sakio Bika. Sakio Bika is not the greatest fighter in the world by no stretch, but he's not active, but he's still nowhere near as over the hill as a Nigel Benn. He's nowhere near as many miles on the clock. You know, he's only been fighting up until recently. In fact, actually, I'm not 100% sure when Sakio Bika's last fight was. I'm just on Nigel Benn's box rec here, so I'll check Sakio Bika's. 34-7-3. So he fought October 2011. Okay, that was his last fight. That was Sakio Bika's last fight, and it was a win. And prior to that, he lost to Adonis Stevenson. I remember that fight, actually. That was a decent enough little scrap. And Anthony Durrell. And then, oh my God, I mean, what? Why is Nigel Benn considering, and who is going to consider licensing him? I have heard, worryingly, and I hope this isn't true, because I wouldn't put it past them, but I have heard that the BUI, the Boxing Union of Ireland, may consider licensing Nigel Benn, and the fight may take place in the UK somewhere. I say I'm worrying because I wouldn't rule it out. You know, the BUI, there's not a lot of shows taking place in Ireland, and I genuinely have seen the BUI put Spanish fighters in the ring against Irish fighters with the Celtic title on the line. You know, and that is for Irish fighters. And they've put that on the line with, you know, fighters not even remotely from Ireland. They've put that Celtic title on the line because they get more sanction fees. That's why there's no shows in Ireland, because they charge outrageous sanction fees to put on the fights. So I wouldn't put it past them. Seriously wouldn't put it past the BUI to go and pull a stunt like that, license Nigel Benn. I mean, Nigel Benn, when he beat Gerald McClellan back in 95, alright, he took a Hail Mary beating in that fight. He took a hell of a beating by McClellan. And McClellan only lost that fight because he had brain damage. And I think the brain damage was pre-existing personally. But you could see straight away after that fight that Nigel Benn was nowhere near the same. He lost to Sugar Boy Malinga, retired after that fight. Fought Steve Collins, you know, injured his ankle in that fight. Then he rematched Steve Collins again, didn't look the greatest, and, you know, lost. And that was 96. So you're talking 23 years later. Okay, I was 2 years old when he fought Steve Collins. And he's going to be fighting again. Seriously. I really hope that he doesn't fight again, Nigel Benn. I love Nigel Benn. You know, top 3 favourite fighters would be Gerald McClellan, Roy Jones, Nigel Benn. Those top 3 favourite fighters. So I love Nigel Benn. Last thing I want to see is for him, because we've already seen it this year. We've had fighters have lucky escapes this year. Zab Judah was one. He got a lucky escape. Alright? And that was, you know, against a kind of fringe level contender. That was Zab Judah, who he got beat by. Something Selden was the guy's name. At least with Zab Judah, he kind of, you know, fights sporadically. Fights now and again. He's not had 23 years out of the ring. You know, Nigel Benn has taken some serious beatings in his day. The last thing I want to do is see him get hurt in the ring. That could very well happen if he fights Sakio Bika. Seriously. Seriously. So I really do hope that, you know, this gets shut down. I hope that if it says it's an Irish license, I would assume it's the BUI. If it is the BUI, I hope they see fit not to give Nigel Benn a license, because seriously, I mean, there needs to be a limit put on the age a fighter can fight. Because if you're talking about someone who, you know, has a couple of years out of the ring, comes back and, you know, they're mid-30s or something like that, that's fine. If you're talking about a fighter who leaves the ring 23 years ago in his 30s and then decides in his 50s to come back, someone's got to be able to say, no, that's not happening. Doesn't matter where you go or what happens, that's not happening. Because that's just fucked up. Seriously. That's just messed up. So I hope this isn't true. Seriously. And Nigel Benn's a great fighter to watch. You know, I love fighting him. Steve Collins beat Nigel Benn 23 years ago. He didn't look good then. And we're talking 96. We're in 2019. He's not going to look much better. So, those are my thoughts on this. Let me know yours down below. Do you want to see Nigel Benn in the ring? I don't. I like watching highlights of Nigel Benn, but I don't want to see him live, personally. Those are my thoughts on that. Leave yours down below. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I will talk to you after.